Good morning, children, and welcome to the online teaching session. Students, from today, we are going to start with the third unit, that is Biology and Human Welfare. In this unit, we have to study only two chapters. Chapter number 1 is Human Health and Disease. Then, your next chapter will be Microbes in Human Welfare. Okay. Now in human health and disease, first we will see about all the diseases and then we will see drugs and addiction. Okay. So these two are the major topic in this chapter. We have to see the diseases, its causes, its symptoms, method of prevention. Okay. And then we will see about the drugs and its addiction. Clear? So now let us begin with the chapter number 1, human disease. See, what is this healthy person, children? What is health? Okay, health means if a person is mentally, physically, emotionally, socially and sexually well-being, then that type of persons are called as the healthy person. Okay, now see, if a person is emotionally fit, mentally fit, socially fit, physically fit, sexually fit, then we say that they are the healthy persons. But in case, if out of these numbers, out of these fitness, if there is any fault, any problem, then that type of persons are called as the diseased person. Okay, although we are not supposed to discuss about the different types of criteria of the diseases, in this chapter we have to study about the communicable and non-communicable diseases because we have already discussed about the genetic disorders. Now see, so what is the definition of the disease? That is, disease is any deviation in the normal structure and function of the body. That is, if the body is not capable of doing the normal structure, the normal function, then we can call it as a diseased person. And the whole phenomena will be called as a disease. Clear? Now this also we have studied in our class 9th and in some of the classes that the disease can be of various types. It can be communicable, it can be non-communicable. Okay. Or if we will classify this communicable and non-communicable, then you must have heard about acquired diseases, the disease that we get after the birth, congenital disease, okay, the disease that we get before birth, that is since birth, if the disease remains in the body. Then we have seen about the chronic diseases, okay, very old disease, the disease that is very old, okay, that takes a longer time to recover, chronic diseases. And after that, we have seen about the pathogenic diseases, the disease which is caused by the pathogens, non-pathogenic diseases, the disease which is not caused by any pathogens. Okay, so there are various criteria to describe the disease, various criteria to classify the disease. Okay, we can classify the disease on the different mode of actions, how it occurred in the body. Then we know that genetic disorder, there is, now we have completed the genetic portion. Now in this we have seen a various types of disease and its reason, what are its causes. So these are the major important types of diseases. In our course, we have 3 types of diseases. So what we will do, we'll simply start with a communicable, then non-communicable, and genetic we have already studied, so no need to continue with this. Okay, so let's come to the communicable disease. Now see the meaning of communicable disease. The disease which can communicate. And how it communicate? From one person to other person. Clear? How it will communicate from one person to other person? There may be the various ways. Now ways can be anything. Ways may be wind. Ways may be water, it can be food, or it can be nutrient, like after food, soil. So there are 4 or 5 different ways and they are called as the agents of the disease because they carry the disease They carry the germs of the disease and then they transfer this disease to the healthy person. So they work as an agent. So in case of communicable, what do we need? We need agent. Because if there is no agent, then how this disease will communicate from one person to other? So what can be the agent? Agent may be air, agent may be water, agent may be food, or it can be soil, anything, or it can be formite. Formite means utensils used by the patients, clothes used by the patient. So all these things, they all comes under agents of the disease because they help in the transmission of the disease from the diseased person to the healthy person. Okay, so this is an important term in case of communicable disease. After that, we have to see the meaning of pathogens. This is also common for you. The meaning of pathogen is disease causing organism. Okay, what we can write? It is disease causing organism. Now in this case, we have to see about bacteria. Definitely bacteria is responsible for the disease. Virus. Okay. After this, fungus. So, some parasites. All these are the disease causing organisms and that's why they are called as the pathogens. So, one by one, we will deal with all the pathogens and then we will see that what are the diseases that is caused by the particular pathogen. Okay. Now children, one more important term is there and the important term is incubation period. Okay, so let me write incubation period. I am writing here. Incubation period. Okay, now the meaning of incubation period. As soon as the bacteria, the virus, the fungus, the parasites, they enter in the body, they do not show any symptom. Clear? So what I mean to say that as the pathogens enter in the body, they do not show any symptom. At least for the time being when they multiply in the body. So what will happen? If the pathogen will enter in the body, then first and foremost important job for the pathogen will be to multiply, to reproduce. So, they will reproduce and after their reproduction, when they will increase their number, then only they will start the symptoms of the disease. So, the time period between the entry of the pathogen to the first symptom is called as the incubation period. Incubate, okay, something is preparing itself for showing the symptom. Clear? So the incubation period is, I am writing here. Now see, the incubation period. Okay, so what is this incubation period? The time between, okay, or it's better to write duration between the entry of the germ, duration between the entry of the germ and showing its symptoms. Okay, so the time period between the entry of the germ and its showing symptom is that time period is called as the incubation period. So all the diseases, we will see that there are the incubation period of 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, sometimes 15 days, sometimes months, 2 to 3 months. So all it depends upon the effect of the these pathogens. Clear? So now we will begin with a disease number 1, that is disease caused by bacteria. Now children, see one important point I would like to tell you, that in your previous syllabus, and I think so in your textbook also, the diseases are given to you, that is bacterial diseases. Typhoid is given, pneumonia is given. Okay, only pneumonia and typhoid is given for the bacterial disease. But in the syllabus, if you will see the reduced syllabus, then instead of the pneumonia, they have introduced two more. Okay, that pneumonia is omitted, and in place of the pneumonia, diphtheria and plague has been introduced. So, in case of bacterial disease, maybe diphtheria and what I told you, plague. This is not in your textbook, because I think so it is newly introduced. Previous year it was not given. If you will see your syllabus, there also you will see that plague and diphtheria is not given. Now see, first we will deal about the bacterial disease, and in the bacterial disease we have to see typhoid. Okay, then we will study about diphtheria, and then we have to study about plague. So we'll deal with one by one of all these diseases in the next part of the video. Okay, thank you children.